All right, welcome to Punch Kick Stretch for today, first week of March. Hope you're ready to get moving, get your heart rate up, and have some fun. So, starting our warm-up, separate your feet wide apart, maybe a little wider than shoulder width, and we're just going to start bending the knees. Make sure your knees are traveling out over the feet, same angle, and then take a big breath in with the arms up. Exhale, bend, and just let the arms swing down in front. Again, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Big breath in, exhale it out. As you feel ready, you might widen the stance a little bit more and go down a little bit further. Inhale up, exhale down. Everything is adjustable to your needs in class, right? If you want to slow it down, you can skip a rep. You can make your movements a little softer. Instead of picking the leg all the way up to do a kick, you just lift the foot off the floor. The higher you lift your legs for kicks, higher your heart rate is going to go. Same thing with arms. You do the movement kind of soft, just going through the motions, just to get used to it. That's fine. Modify. And then you gradually work up to where you're throwing what looks like a real punch, like you're actually going to hit someone, right? So you can always modify and do what you need for today. So let's just do a couple more things to warm up. A couple side stretches, one arm up, inhale, and side stretch over. Take a couple breaths here, feeling the stretch on the side of the body, and maybe turn the head up, let that arm go a little bit behind. And as you come up, keep the arm up, reach behind you, palm up. All right, opening up the front of the shoulder pec area right here. Take a couple breaths. Other arm up, inhale, and exhale, big side bend over. Couple breaths. Maybe move the arm a slight bit back. Look up in front of the arm. As you come up, reach the arm behind you, palm up. And a couple breaths here, letting this open up across the front of the chest. Both arms back. All right, good. Let's march it out a little bit. So first, we're going to go through our fighting stance, make sure we have our posture correct for our fighting. I'll mention a couple other things you can do to either raise or lower your heart rate throughout class as you need. And then we'll get right into it. So you're going to pick up your fighting stance, which just means one foot is in front, one foot's behind. You choose, doesn't matter which side you do first. It's going to probably be more natural feeling on one side, but we're always going to switch and do the other side. So whatever side you pick up first, we'll call that side one. Just notice which leg is in front, which leg is in back for you for your side one. Hi, Alice. We just started warming up. So when we switch to side two, you just switch so the other foot's in front. So I'll talk more about what hand is in front, what hand is in back versus right and left, because we might not be on the same side. Look down at your feet in your fighting stance, about shoulder width, maybe a tiny bit more. Your front foot pointing mostly forward, back foot is angled off a little bit to the side. You're going to keep the knees a little bit bent, a little bit springy, okay? There's always a little bit of movement in the knees. You're not locking out the legs or keeping the legs stiff. Hands are going to be up, elbows down. You keep your hands in fists the whole time. As you move through your technique, you're going to get more out of it. You're going to get more power in your technique if you swivel on the balls of your feet, okay? So before we even start moving the arm, just test that out. lift one heel and then the other, and see how your weight shifts from foot to foot. Okay, we're going to do that a lot. We're also going to be turning on the balls of the feet at certain times, right? So we want to stay light on the feet. So this is something you could do constantly throughout, in between each combination, just a little shifting back and forth, staying light on the feet. You don't always have to stay planted, right? Because if you're really fighting someone, you wouldn't want to stay in one spot. You want to be mobile, right? Other than that, you're going to keep the head just a little tucked down in the chin. So we're not sticking the chin out, just a little tucked down in the chin. Core is engaged. Should have the feeling that you were about to start doing a crunch, right? So a little bit of engagement there. So if you were actually going to get punched, your muscles would be tight to protect you a little bit. And that's just going to improve all your movement to have that core engaged. So let's start with our 2 basic punches. Whatever hand is in front is going to be your jab. Okay, so just reach that hand out. That's your jab, about chin or face height on someone your size. You can always imagine someone in front of you. Notice when I'm doing the jab, I'm turning my chest to face 90 degrees to the side. I'm swiveling on the ball of the front foot. The front heel is up. Then my second punch is my cross. The back hand comes forward. I swivel onto the ball of my back foot. Weight is on the front foot. You can either open this hand to protect or keep it in a fist, but you're going to keep it up in front of your face. Notice the chest now is facing forward. So what we're going to do for this first part of class is do 10 times on one side and then switch and do 10 times on the other side, same combination. First combination is just jab, cross. Okay, so get ready. Your side one, whichever side you want to do, side one, and ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and switch to your side 2. All right, so now opposite hands are moving. Okay, it's the same combination, but now your other hand is in front, right? So that's your jab, cross. Okay, get ready. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, go back to your side one. Okay, so we're going to do a lot of the same combinations we did last week, but we're going to add back in something that we did a few weeks ago, but we haven't been doing recently. And that is your bob and weave. Okay, so there's a little bit of a duck. So what we're going to do is, again, jab, cross. After this cross punch, you're going to duck and do a U-shape movement towards whichever hand just did the cross. It's always going to be towards the side of your back foot. And then jab, cross. Okay? So you're just going to do jab, cross, duck towards your back foot, jab, cross again. Okay? So whichever side it's on, always remember, you're just going to be doing this little duck U-shaped movement towards the side of your back foot. You do it by bending your knees, not by leaning forward. Okay? So the trunk stays upright, so you can keep your eyes on your opponent. And as you come up, you should already be throwing that jab, the second jab. Okay? So let's try it 10 times. Ready? 1, jab, cross, duck, jab, cross. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, switch to your side 2. Same way, jab, cross, but now we're going to go that way because this hand is the back hand now, towards your cross punch. And then as you come up, right away jab, cross again. So we're going to have this little bob and weave in every combination, okay? It's going to work your legs a little bit more because you're bending the knees to go up and down a little bit more. So you can always, again, modify if it seems like too much. Just keep it small unless you feel like you can really bend those knees a lot. Up to you. Okay, so let's do 10 on this side. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whoops. There we go. Okay. Switch back to side 1. So now we're going to continue. Same way, always a jab, cross, duck, and then we're going to add on at the end. So now you're going to add a hook punch at the end. So jab, cross, duck, jab, cross. Your front hand is back here. You're going to wind it up to do hook punch. All right, so from your cross, chest facing forward, you're going to hook it around, turning again, chest to face towards the side. Same body position, basically, as your jab, only the hook punch is going to the body and it's coming around to the side of your opponent. Okay, so let's just add hook punch at the end, same combination otherwise. Ready? 1. Ooh, oh, I ducked the wrong way. Duck, jab, cross, hook. 2, jab, jab, cross, hook. I got myself confused. Okay, hook is at the end. Okay, at the end. 3, jab, cross, duck, jab, cross, hook. There we go. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, switch sides. Side 2. Let's work it out slowly at first. Jab, cross, ducking towards that side. Jab, cross again, hook. All right, let's try it. Ready, number 1. Jab, cross, duck, jab, cross, hook. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, back to side 1. As usual, we're going to add uppercut after the hook. So at the end of the combination, you're here with your hook punch. Your backhand is going to execute uppercut. Uppercut, kind of a shorter punch. Elbow stays somewhat bent. Palm is up. Angling up into the body, chest facing forward, back heel up, weight going into the front foot a little bit more than the back foot. So slowly, let's try the first one. Everything else is the same, so we're just adding this at the end. Ready? 1, jab, cross, duck, jab, cross, hook, uppercut. 2, jab, cross, duck, jab, cross, hook, uppercut. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, duck, jab, cross, hook, uppercut. 9, was that 9? I think that was 9, so 10. There we go. All right, switch sides. Same thing on this side. Now the other hand will do your uppercut. So let's go through slowly first time. Ready? 1, jab, cross, duck, jab, cross, hook, uppercut. So you might see me open my hand sometimes. That's my habit. You don't have to. You can open or keep your hand closed in a fist the whole time. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And switch back to side 1. Okay, so next we are going to start adding our kicks. We will eventually start turning, as we've done before, after we add a couple kicks. So everything is exactly the same as what we just did, except at the very beginning, before you do anything else, you're going to pick up your front leg, knees bent as the leg comes up, kick the foot out, put it back down, and then continue with your combination. So front kick at the beginning. Ready? 1, kick, jab, cross, duck, jab, cross, hook, uppercut. 2, 3, duck, jab, cross, hook, uppercut. 4, kick, jab, cross, duck, jab, cross, hook, uppercut. 4, sometimes I lose count. Please excuse me if I do. 5, 6, 7, 7. You end up doing a couple more, couple left on one side or the other. I don't think it's a big deal. I hope it's not a big deal. 8, 9, 10, 'All right, switch sides. That same combination, adding front kick at the beginning. So as I said before, if you feel like it's better for you to just maybe lift the knee up, lift the foot off the floor like this, instead of doing the whole kick, you can always do that to modify a little bit. Otherwise, You're gonna try to get that knee up really high. The higher the knee points, the higher your kick is gonna go. So you can always adjust in that direction as well. So let's try the combination on this side. Ready? 1, kick, jab, cross, duck, jab, cross, hook, uppercut. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Go back to side 1. I'm going to quickly grab some water so I can keep talking. All right. Now we're going to add a kick at the end. So same combination we just did, all the way up to the end. Uppercut as at the end. Reach both hands forward, grabbing someone's shoulder, back leg, knee kick, and then come back down. After this, we do this on both sides. Then we're going to finally introduce some turning for more fun. So first, let's just do this combination, adding knee kick at the end. So side 1, get ready. 1, jab, cross, duck, jab, cross, hook, uppercut, knee kick, come back. Did I forget the kick at the beginning? We're still doing the kick at the beginning if I forgot it. Okay. 2, kick, jab, cross, duck, jab, cross, hook, uppercut, knee kick, and come back. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and switch sides. Side 2. Let's do the first count slowly to get it on this side. Everything's the same, knee kick at the end. Ready? 1, front kick, jab, cross, duck, jab, cross, hook, uppercut, knee kick, put the foot back down behind. Good. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, 10. Awesome. And switch back to side 1. So now we're going to add turning. At the same time, we're adding roundhouse kick. So just to review, at the end, after you do this combination we've just been doing, you come back to here. Whichever leg is in front, you're going to look to that side and do your roundhouse kick. So just to review what roundhouse kick is, imagine facing straight ahead is 12 o'clock. You're going to kick to 3 o'clock. Your standing foot is not at 12 o'clock though. Your standing foot is pointing back here about 10:30, okay? Or 10, maybe even 9:30. In other words, this foot is turning out. So that's why we're practicing roundhouse kick first to the side, because the foot is already pretty much turned out into the correct position. If you have your foot 45, 10:30, this is 12, halfway back here is 10:30. That's for most people, that's a pretty good angle for your roundhouse kick. If you turn out the standing foot even more, you might be able to kick higher. The main reason, though, we turn out the standing foot is to protect the knee joint, okay? Because if you do this roundhouse kick without turning out the foot, you're basically putting a lot of pressure on the knee, like kind of torquing it, and we don't want that, right? So that's the main thing. So if you're ever unsure, is my foot in the right place for roundhouse kick? If you're really not sure, just do it really, really low, like here. Okay, because you can do that without really torquing the knee. And then you can work up to checking. Is it really turned out? That'll allow you to get the leg higher. So since we're going to do roundhouse kick a little bit, let's do a little more stretching to get ready for it. So feet wide apart, turning the feet out. Sink down, placing the forearms on the inner knee and just pressing back gently. And a little bit side to side. Okay, so as we turn, each count we turn, we come around and we do the front again. So it's 5 reps, and then we'll switch and do the other side, 5 reps. So it's a total of 10 doing this combination with the turn. Excuse me, 5 on one side, 5 on the other. Excuse me. So let's go through it again slowly to begin with. Everything's the same, just adding roundhouse at the end. Okay, so 1, front kick, jab, cross, duck, jab, cross, hook, uppercut, knee kick, put that knee kick foot back down. It's turned out already. Look to your side of your front leg, roundhouse, and then turn towards the side you just kicked towards. Now we're going to repeat everything this way. 2, front kick, jab, cross, duck, jab, cross, hook, uppercut, knee kick, put the foot down, look behind, roundhouse, turn behind. So if you need to, you can turn to see me, but I'm turning this way, or you could just listen to my words, I'll count it out for you. 3, front kick, jab, cross, duck, jab, cross, hook, uppercut, knee kick, foot down, look to the side of your front leg, roundhouse, and turn once again. 4, front kick, jab, cross, duck, jab, cross, hook, uppercut, knee kick, look forward again, roundhouse, and turn. One more time. 5, kick, jab, cross, duck, jab, cross, hook, uppercut, knee kick. And you can do the last roundhouse to the side again, If you want to do it forward, you might have to pivot the standing foot even more. Okay, so in this case, the standing foot would have to turn. You have to pivot on the ball of your foot so the toes are going more behind you so that you have a good position to do your roundhouse forward. Or you can just do it to the side again, totally fine. Switch to side 2. Now we're going to do the same combination we just did. Turning, we'll just turn the other way. So ready, 1, kick, jab, cross, duck, jab, cross, hook, uppercut, knee kick, look to the side of the front leg, roundhouse, turn, 2, kick, jab, cross, duck, jab, cross, hook, uppercut, knee kick, look behind, roundhouse, turn, 3, kick, jab, cross, duck, jab, cross, hook, uppercut, knee kick, look to the side, roundhouse, turn, 4, kick, jab, cross, duck, jab, cross, hook, uppercut, knee kick, look forward, roundhouse. Facing forward again, last one. 5, kick, jab, cross, duck, jab, cross, hook, uppercut, knee kick, and roundhouse. And we're done with that. Okay, shake it out a little bit. Okay, just gonna check the time, see what we have. Okay. This is our last combination. Okay, we're going to do the same thing, turning 5 one way, 5 the other way. We're going to add, we're going to insert 3 techniques after the knee kick. Don't worry if that sounds confusing because it actually flows fairly naturally. Okay, so I'll show you. I'm going to do everything the same. We'll kick at the beginning. I left that out. Everything the same up to here. Uppercut, knee kick. As this leg comes back after doing the knee kick, your front arm is going to do elbow and then cross again and duck towards your cross side. So in other words, same direction for both ducks towards the side of your back leg. That puts your weight on your back foot. Look to the side, roundhouse, turn. Okay, so we'll do it slowly at first. You're adding 3 things in after the knee kick. Elbow, cross, duck. Okay, and then we'll turn, do everything else the same. So 5 times this way, 5 times the other way. Side 1, ready? We'll do it slowly first, don't worry. 1, kick, jab, cross, duck, jab, cross, hook, uppercut, knee kick. As that leg comes back, just go ahead. Elbow, cross punch, duck, same direction as before. Weights on your back foot, look to the side, roundhouse, turn. 5, kick, jab, cross, duck, jab, cross, hook, uppercut, knee kick, elbow, cross punch, duck, look to the side, roundhouse, and turn. So you're facing back now. 3, kick, jab, cross, duck, jab, cross, hook, uppercut, knee kick, elbow, cross, duck, look to the side, kick, turn. 4, kick, jab, cross, duck, jab, cross, hook, uppercut, look, knee kick, elbow, cross, duck again, look forward, roundhouse, turn, last one, 5. Front kick, jab, cross, duck, jab, cross, hook, uppercut, knee kick, elbow, cross, duck, and roundhouse, finish. All right. Last side. Switch sides to side 2. Same thing, turning the opposite direction. Ready? 1, front kick, jab, cross, duck, jab, cross, hook, uppercut, knee kick, elbow, cross, duck again, weights on the back foot, look to the side, roundhouse, turn. 2, front kick, jab, cross, duck, jab, cross, hook, uppercut, knee kick, elbow, cross, duck again, look behind, kick, turn. 3, front kick, jab, cross, duck, jab, cross, hook, uppercut, knee kick, elbow, cross, duck, look to the side, roundhouse, turn. 4, front kick, jab, cross, duck, jab, cross, hook, uppercut, knee kick, elbow, cross, and duck. Weights on the back of the leg, look to the front, roundhouse, turn. Last one. 5, kick, jab, cross, duck, jab, cross, hook, uppercut, knee kick, elbow, cross, duck. Last one, roundhouse, and you're done. All right, shake it out a little bit. Very good. Okay. So we're going to start to cool down. Perfect time to stretch. Now that we've warmed up the muscles a lot, just going to do a little angle with my mat. I also have to turn down the music a tad and maybe let it have it a little more zened out on here. Okay, so come onto your mat. We're going to start with a couple lunges to stretch. It's playing. It's playing. It just took a moment there. Let's get that. Okay. All right. Let's come back to our plie or original thing we were doing for a warm-up. Just turning the feet out. Here, I want to say maybe try putting your hands on top of the knees and pushing the arms straight. Angling forward a little bit. I'm hoping that this gives you a feeling of stretching out the spine. Of course, it always depends on our proportions, if our arms are the right length to do that. Excuse me. And then come up, bring the feet together, hands down, and step one leg back, either leg back. Coming to a low lunge to start with, and then drop that back knee to the floor. You can always pad under the knee if it hurts to put it down on the floor. I definitely want to do that. There's no sense in making your knee hurt. There's no money in that. So we're just going to stay here. You might need to scooch the front foot a little farther forward. You can keep this front calf, front shin vertical. Okay, we're going to keep leaning into that. Sliding the pelvis down and forward. Use your hands on top of the front knee to keep your upper body upright as the weight drops down and forward. So if this foot is a little further back, you're just bending this knee more, maybe that's fine for your knee, but just to be safe for most people, scoot the front foot forward so you have this lower leg vertical. And take a few nice breaths there. make sure the hands on top of your knee here, fingers are facing forward. The top of the chest stays nice and open. And finally, push yourself back. We're going to switch to the other side. So you can bring both knees back, switch the blanket to the other side, put the other knee on the blanket, and bring this other foot forward to switch. Same way, moving this foot forward as needed, and lowering your pelvis down and forward any amount. Good. And then pushing yourself back. Bring both knees back. I'm going to just open this up so I have some padding under both knees. From here, we're going to come to a high plank first for a few breaths. And then we're going to lower and do a forearm plank for a few breaths. So first, tabletop, shoulders over wrists. One leg back, other leg back, holding yourself up in plank. Try counting 4 to 5 slow breaths. Keep lengthening, keeping the body lifted, not collapsing down. If you ever feel like you just can't hold any longer, you could do this with the knees down. Okay, so from the knees to the shoulders, holding the body in a straight line. So if you do that, you have to lower the pelvis a little bit. You can always do that. And now everybody go ahead and put the knees down if you didn't. Press back towards child's pose for a moment. And now we're going to do the same plank position for the body, except we're going to be on our forearms like so. So when you start to come more towards horizontal, putting more weight forward into the arms. So this might feel a little bit harder. Again, making sure you keep the proper form, even if you do it for a shorter time, is going to be better for you. Common mistake in doing a forearm plank is either pushing the hips up, which is going to make it easier, or letting the lower back arch and the pelvis kind of sink down towards the floor. It's going to put a lot of pressure on your lower back, and it means you're not working the front of the body, right? So both of those reasons are good reasons to avoid that. So again, if you find yourself really doing that and you're like arching and you feel your body like kind of swaying, hammocking, maybe is a good word, towards the floor, just put your knees down and try to do it all on your knees. Okay, so let's get ready. Forearms on the floor, shoulder width apart. You can interlace the fingers, reach legs back, and holding yourself in your plank, and maybe 4 to 5 breaths. Keep the head in line with your spine, so trying not to look up, just look down at your hands. And whenever you're ready, you can just lower yourself onto the floor. So if you're doing this and you're just not sure what your form is, sometime when you have a moment, just make a video of yourself on your phone, if possible, so that you can see what you're doing. Otherwise, sometimes it's hard to sense, our body position. So from here, going to stay on your belly for a moment. Slide the hands back. Elbows are aligned over the wrists. Roll the shoulders down and back, pressing the tops of the feet down into the floor. Lift up to cobra. Any height cobra, doesn't have to be super high. And release back down. On your forearms again, we're going to do a quad stretch here. So bend one knee, point the toes, foot going up. Hand on that side is going to reach back. So you're propping yourself up on the other forearm. And when you get that foot, just try pulling it down so the heel's going towards the outer buttock on that leg. Try to keep the knees close together. You can do different arm positions here. I'm just going to keep my arm like this. So we're trying to stretch the quad, right? So you want to get that heel really, really close. Turn the chest forward. Breathe. And then release and switch sides. That leg goes back down straight on the floor. Check, does it feel like your legs are parallel to each other? Keep them in that position as you just bend the other knee. Reach back with the hand on that side. And same way, pulling that heel down towards the outer buttock on that side. Possible maybe pushing into the forearm that's in front of you on the floor to lift up. Good, and then slowly release down. I'm going to do one more cobra like we did before. You have a choice. You can do exactly what we did before. The hands are a little bit further back than your shoulders, right, by your lower ribs. Roll the shoulders down and back. You can come up any height cobra. Keep the pelvis on the floor. Don't come up so high the pelvis comes up off the floor. Stay here for a moment. If you want to, you can try to bend both knees and try to touch your toes to the back of your head. And lower back down. Good. Reach the arms forward. Faces facing the floor. Exhale. Big inhale. And arms, chest, legs, everything lifting up off the floor. Hold a couple more breaths. I'm going to keep the height, keep lifting, lifting, lifting. And then finally, release down to the floor. Push yourself up and back to child's pose again. You can stay in child's pose. I'm just sitting up for a second. The water I was drinking needs to stay down, so I don't want to lean over too much. Okay. From here, we're going to come onto the floor to sit. If you have that blanket, you might want to sit on it. So I'm going to pull the blanket back a little bit and then bring myself around. So I'm sitting up on the blanket with the legs stretched out in front. You could even fold up a blanket or stack blankets to sit up even higher if you need that little bit of support, a little bit of help to sit up nice and straight. Legs are straight, feet lightly flexed. For a moment, roll the shoulders down and back, press into the floor either side of your hips. Just to check, are you sitting up as tall as possible? Head on top of the spine. Keep the spine nice and lengthened and lifted. Inhaling the arms up. And then exhale, fold forward any amount. Trying to keep the back straight. So don't go so far forward that you start to round in the back, right? You just want to go to where you can reach the spine forward. Nice long line and head in line with the spine. So holding onto the legs wherever the hands land. So don't set a goal for your hands to reach and just do whatever you can to get there. You might overshoot a little bit. As you stay and breathe, you might notice you could go a little bit further, in which case just bend the elbows out to the side. So any amount further, and then release. Come back up to sit. Bend the knees a little bit, bring the hands behind. Keep sliding the backs of the heels back so you can lean the upper body back, but keeping the spine long, chest lifted. Going to come to Navasana or boat pose, right? So you're balancing on the sitting bones. You can lift the feet a little bit. Try to let go with the hands. Staying here, maybe straightening the legs. Not necessary, but you could try it. Holding a couple more breaths. Hold on, and then release down. You can do another quick forward fold after your Navasana. Okay, scooting forward. And take the blanket away. I'm going to come to lie down on the back. I didn't say anything about having blocks handy, so if you don't have blocks handy, don't worry about it. If you do have them handy, you might want to have one. I'll give an option for using the block if you want. If you don't have a block handy, don't worry about it. You still will have something to do. So we're going to start with just a basic bridge. Knees bent, feet on the floor, hip width apart. Pressing the arms down into the floor, palms down. First, just try rolling the shoulders in underneath you. So press the back of the head into the floor so you can lift the upper chest a little bit off the floor. Roll the shoulders in underneath you, like you want to bring the shoulder blades closer together on your back, right? And then we're going to lift up into our first bridge. Any height. Take a couple breaths and then just lower back down. We're going to do one more bridge. And here's where you have the choice to use a block if you have one handy for a supported bridge. You don't have to do supported bridge. You could do the more active bridge like we just did. Maybe walking the feet in a little closer, getting more of a back bend. You can just work on that. If you want to do a supported bridge, you take your block and put it in underneath your sacrum. And the advantage of having the block to rest on in your supported bridge is you could do, you could straighten your legs out to have this long bridge position for a few breaths, which kind of is nice. It's a different option, really opening up the whole front of the body. So you could try that as long as it feels okay on your back. If you don't have the block, then you're just going to stay in your regular bridge, maybe working on more of a back bend. Take your time, take a few breaths in either variation. And whenever you are ready, lower down. If you're on a block, you just slide that block out from underneath and lower all the way down onto the floor. I'm going to do one more very low bridge, just enough to lift the pelvis off the floor. Tuck the tailbone up, engaging the glutes, and try to roll back down, lengthening the lower back. Good. From here, hug in one knee, either knee, doesn't matter which one. Straighten out the other leg on the floor. I'm going to go into a supine twist. Whatever knee you're hugging in, you're going to use your hands to bring it across to the opposite side. Try to keep the shoulders on the floor. So the knee that's going across probably won't touch the floor. That's fine. You're just holding it with the hand on that side. Little bit of pressure going down towards the floor, but not enough to get the shoulder off the floor, right? You're trying to keep your shoulders on the floor. Take a couple breaths. And then roll onto your back and switch sides. Other knee comes in, straighten out the opposite leg. And then same way, keeping the shoulders on the floor, take that knee across to the opposite side. And going as far as you can, keeping the shoulder on the floor. The shoulder that you're turning away from. Right, the one that feels like it wants to pop off the floor, you keep it down. Good. And finally, rolling all the way onto the back once again. Now, finally, hugging in both knees. And rock side to side a few times. You can either continue just hugging the knees in or going towards your happy baby position. So if you want to do happy baby, separate the legs a little bit more apart from each other. Knees are going to stay bent. Feet are lifting, so the soles of the feet are facing up towards the ceiling. And then you can either hug around behind the knees to bring the knees down, or reach to the outer edges of your feet and pull down. So the shin bones are vertical going down, knees are going to the floor, either side of your upper body. Couple breaths, and then whenever you're ready, release the legs down. Going towards our final relaxation. If you want, you can take a few moments and Supta Baddha Konasana. So soles of the feet together, knees apart. I'm just going to stay here for a few moments, so don't worry about blocks or anything. Just going to see how it feels, just letting the knees slowly release, tiny bit more towards the floor. And then your option for Shavasana, final relaxation, is number one, or the options are, number one, staying like this. If this is really comfortable, you want to stay here for your final relaxation, you can just stay. Number two would be to straighten the legs out, as we more often do for Shavasana, and take your Shavasana lying flat out on the floor. So pick one or the other. Taking a moment to make sure you can fully release yourself on the floor, not holding on to any unnecessary tension. And taking a few deep breaths. Finally, letting the breath be a little more soft, slower. Going back to breathing in and out through the nose. And just let yourself be supported by the floor for these next few moments. Slowly start to wiggle the fingers and toes, moving, stretching out along the floor. Keep the eyes closed or half closed and slowly roll over onto one side. When you're ready, push yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.